Hey guys, welcome back in. Gonna continue some more No Man's Sky. Yeah, I've been away for a few days. I had a Destiny DLC drop, so been busy with that. But I did manage to jump into No Man's Sky for a couple hours just to do a little bit of ship hunting. I'll just load in here. I did manage to get my exotic. Didn't take too long, but I grabbed some other ships as well because I had extra money. So I think that's what I ended up with. You know, the supercharged slots aren't too great. They're kind of spaced out a little, but I think I can make it work. So that's my configuration right now. And it ended up costing me 41 million even. So, but because I did have some extra money, I did buy some A class ships. I think these are all A class. Actually, I think one of them might be an S class. So what I'm gonna end up doing is scrapping these. But this, I think this one, yeah, this one had a good shield in it, so I am gonna package that up. That way I can put it in my other ship. I don't think anything great. I can't do anything with any of that. Okay. I'm just going to go through each of these ships real quickly, and if there's anything worth packaging up, I'll grab it. Actually, this I'm going to package up too, just so I don't have to build one in my other ship. Nothing there. An A class. See, I'm hoping that some of these will give me storage augmentations. That way I can expand my ship with them. Okay, that's an S class. It was a cheap one too. It was only like, I think like 18 million, something like that. I'm gonna break that one down. That way, grab some extra stuff in here. Alright, nothing else in there. This is oh, that's only an A class too. But this one's got a 39% shield. So I'm gonna hold on to that. Oh, that's mainly what I was looking for. If I can find like a cheap A or S class, as long as I have money for them, I'll buy them up. Nothing else in here. All right. So just make sure those are my exosuit before I go and do this. I'm just gonna start scrapping them and hopefully get some storage augmentations. Nothing out of that one, but I did get an A-class shield that I can sell back or install and break down. Just these down here. Alright, now what ship do I have? Alright, it's gonna keep going back to my pillar, so just want to make sure I don't accidentally scrap the wrong ship. And I always check to make sure the ship I mean to scrap is actually selected. I've accidentally sold ships I don't mean to before. Alright, so we got one storage augmentation. That's a start. And yeah, it's going to bring in my pillar again, so I want to make sure I don't sell that. And it's another A class. No storage augmentation. I was hoping I'd get better luck with those. S-Class should give me one, though. This one should give me, I think, 2 of them for S-Class, but I can't remember. Okay, I got 3 for that one, so I got a shield and a pulse engine also. So, and a good amount of money for him too. Well, what I want to do is try to get this thing upgraded a little bit. Sell off this junk. Alright. What I'm going to do is switch back to that ship now. Yeah, that one. Alright. And where did it park it? Way over here. I'm just going to do a quick save. Show you guys a way to see what your supercharged slots are before you waste them. You know, your storage augmentations. Because I'm hoping it will fall in one of these 2, hopefully this slot here, but we'll go see. But you want to do a quick save first. And go over here, and go to upgrade it. Apply augmentation, and I want to start right in this slot here. Alright, so that one's no good. That one's no good. Alright. Okay, so it is going to be this one. Let's say I didn't like that setup, I would just back out of here and do a reload. And you want to make sure you do the restore point. That way you don't accidentally use up an augmentation. It's not going to matter because I'm still going to unlock those 2 slots though. And then I'll add a couple to my inventory. Right, so now if I look at it, if I only wanted to use up 1 augmentation, I would use it in that supercharged slot. But I'm not going to bother doing that. Because I know ways that I can get augmentations pretty easily. I'm not too worried about it. But if you're short on them, you want to always get those supercharged slots unlocked first. So I'm going to go upgrade. Apply augmentation. I'm going to want to unlock this one first. So just click on that spot. It does nothing shows up. I kind of wish it did. There's no like outline. You'll apply. There's your 4th supercharged slot. And then typically, if I knew I only had 4 of these for a while, I would skip that tech slot and I would upgrade 3 more down here. But because I know an easy way to get them, I'm just going to unlock that other slot, and then I'll just put 2 of them down here. Alright, so that's done. And I'm just in the habit of saving whenever I make a change like that, just so it's locked in. Just in case something, you know, the game crashes or something while I'm doing other stuff. Alright, so let's see. How do I want to arrange this thing? Well, first thing I'm going to do is get rid of those, because they're useless. Alright, so get a couple of these shields, bring them in, get them out of the way. Have another shield here, so I'll install that. That should be at 30%. So I have a couple of shields that are higher than S class. Unfortunately, let me, one of these should have been a 39%. Let me grab this one that's a 31, bring it down here. Let me just rip one of these out real quick. I'm going to store this technology, reinstall it, and then see if I can install this for a higher value. No, it's still going to be 31. So these can change. Alright, I'll have to keep that in mind. Whoops. Let's go back over here. Need my rocket launcher. And my hyperdrive here, I guess. I don't like the way I have this thing set up already. Let's go like that. Your pulse engine. Yeah, not too bad. Alright, you got 3 photon cannons. I'm gonna end up with a, eventually I'll end up with an infraknife in this. For the time being, I'll have to use a photon cannon. So I'm just gonna install these 3. And I'm really not too worried about these because on normal mode, it takes a little bit longer to break their shields, but it's really not that bad. I get 6%. 6%. Like if I go into my catalog, technology, Starship, and I look for my, actually, be under this. No, it would be still under Starship. A photon cannon, S class. See, 8% is going to be your highest damage you can get. So I want to try to get as close to 8% and then fire rate as well. Those are the 2 most important ones to look out for. Whereas these are all only 6%. So I want to prioritize that. And these are all the same thing, so it's not going to really matter all that much with those. But I do want to install the other upgrade. I never unlocked it. Oh, I never even unlocked that. Okay. Well, we'll just put the rocket launcher there. I need 4 unstable plasma. Can I craft those? I don't even think I have the blueprint for those. Go see if anybody has unstable plasma. Check this guy. See, like this fighter, I might actually buy this fighter. I want to see if he's got unstable plasma first. Alright, he's got 4. Okay. Need 4 of those. See, as long as you have like, you know, like 100 million, you can go and you can just buy a couple ships at a time. So, like this one's only 13 million, so I'm just gonna buy it. And I don't need that shield, so I'm just gonna scrap the shield. There's nothing else in it that I need. I want to make sure this is in my inventory though. So now I'm just gonna run back here and scrap that. hopefully get a storage augmentation out of it. Alright, and I did get a storage augmentation, so what I want to do is bring my ship back in. Alright, make sure it's the one that's not the one I want. Why does that give me a hard time bringing that other ship in? They make you actually jump in and out of it to do that. You used to be able to just switch between them. Must be another one of those features nobody asked for. So I'm gonna go put that other storage augmentation into it right now while it's fresh in my mind. Upgrade. Add another slot. And while I have the screen open, I'm gonna go ahead and get that installed. Alright, so getting things figured out a little bit. Let me go back to my radiant pillar. Alright, I have these hyperdrives, so I want to take those out. And switch back to that. See what I get for hyperdrives out of these. Typically I just open them all at once, because I know at least one of them is going to be really bad. If not more. So I'll just take the ones with the highest. So we got 254, 45, 257, 220. So that 220 is junk. I'm just gonna install these in here for now. Now you can get that hyperdrive up a lot higher than that. 1953. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's not the most optimal way to do that, but it'll get the job done for now. I want to make sure to keep the slot open there. Stick these in here. Yeah, it's not a good setup, but it'll get the job done for now. I know that pulse engine is not going to be any good. Alright, let's see what he has. I think this is a guy with hyperdrives. I want to see if he's got pulse engines too. Yeah, hyperdrive, I'll grab one. And I will grab another photon. See if I can get a better weapon out of that. Alright, 222, that's garbage. See what this is. 6, 3, and 3. No good. Okay. And while I'm in here, let's see. Okay, so I did unlock all my drives. So, oh, and I've got that. I think cadmium I left in my container. Tritium I have in my ship. Let me see if there's any tritium in here. I'm sure I've got plenty of it in my radiant pillar. Not in there. Okay. Let's see. Get rid of that other junk. Another 9 million. Yeah, so for, you know, like 4 million or so, I end up getting a free storage augmentation. When you're doing that with the ships, though, you want to look for mainly S-class shuttles or explorers. If you can find a small fighter like I just found, it can be really good too, but look for S-class, you'll get guaranteed storage augmentations. A-class, it's like probably 40%, something like that. And you typically only get one. But that's the way you can get some storage. I think I'm just gonna sell the rest of those modules. I'm not gonna do anything with them, and if I needed more wiring looms, I would install and break. Actually, that's one thing I can do. Let me install this and then break it down. That will give me the cadmium I need to go ahead and install the Admiral drive. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. It doesn't add a lot. It gives you, I think it's like another, let's see, what's my hyperdrive? 2075. I think it adds, okay, so it adds 40. And I think you can get up to 50. If you get them situated a little bit better. Like, I don't really have a very good layout here. But it would be like that, like if I install this cadmium drive also. Go and install one of these. That way I get a wiring loom. Alright, and get that cadmium drive put in. It should jump me up like another 40 or 50. And it doesn't look like it did anything. Yeah, so you just gotta move things around a little bit. It doesn't give you much, but it's a little bit extra, you know. You're gonna need to get stuff for that. Tritium wiring looms. Alright. I do have a lot of stuff in my my other ship. Can bring in that. Actually, I got these too. Pull all this right in. And actually, for that economy scanner. Oh yeah, Atlanta Drive too. Bring that over so I don't lose that. Take care of my oxygen jets. Receiver. No, I didn't have to pay for that. Okay, efficient thrusters. Alright. Yeah, you used to not be able to package up your technology, so now you can. It makes it pretty nice. So, get some of this stuff installed. Thruster. Economy scanner. to get there for now. I'm gonna end up unlocking a 4th row here. Typically what I'll do is I'll unlock a 4th row for like my economy scanner, teleport receiver, you know, some of, you know, maybe even my shields and stuff. But right now I have to deal with what I have. Stick that there for now. Okay, and where are they? Okay, these hyperdrives, let's break those open, take a look. Because sometimes these can be really good, or they'll be really bad. There's like no middle ground to these. Alright, like that one's just horrible. Okay, 313, so that's a good one, that's a keeper. 224 isn't horrible. We have here 254. 245. What was this one? 257. Okay. So the 224 can go. 257. 54. This was the low one. 245. Okay. I'll get rid of that one. Install that one. So that's a little bit better. Move some of the stuff out of here. Alright. All that junk down there. I like to have my fuel in the top left corner. So bring those over. I just have a certain way I like to set these up. I like to have my maps over in the corner. And there's my tritium. Yeah, something kind of like that. Actually, put that in my ship too. A lot of times I'll have my gold and my silver in there too, for mainly because a lot of times I end up shooting asteroids, so it gives it a place to land without filling up my regular inventory. Alright. And my extra wire and looms. Okay. What's in here? Oh, some more pyrite. So I'm just going to put that directly into my ship. Actually, let's refill that. I have a little extra sodium. Drop that in there. Alright. Oh, go sell off these mods, I guess. I don't think I need anything else here, so I'm going to head over to the anomaly, get some stuff unlocked. I never claim my rewards or anything for the expedition, so I might want to pick those up too. So I can start doing some of the story stuff too. Start moving around a little bit. I think I might visit that emerald system so that I can get the emerald I need to unlock my indium drive. I might just take a run over there real quick and scoop up some of that. I think I need 250 of it. Alright, so first off, I think I'll grab these expeditionary rewards so I don't forget about them. I'm just going to leave the ship and stuff here. I just want the, mainly the base stuff. Alright, so I'm just going to skip the multi-tool also. Just grab that stuff. And I try to make a habit of visiting these guys every now and then. Eventually you forget about them, and when you do give them your data, you get a ton of nanites all at once. But when you're in the earlier stages of the game, I try to visit them, you know, every time I swing in here. Just for some extra nanites. Alright. Another thing you can do if you don't feel like going to the space station, you talk to Ares. What you can do is buy a bunch of these green upgrades. You know, he doesn't tell you how many he has, but you can just, you know, you can buy a bunch of them all at once, and then break them down for materials, especially wiring looms. Wiring looms are expensive, and that's a somewhat cheap way to get them if you have the nanites. So there's a bunch of upgrades I want to grab. There's this one. I'm surprised I didn't have that unlocked already. That way I can get that installed. And alright, typically I go with the Infinite. Typically, I'm gonna buy this auto charger. I wish it wouldn't kick me out of the menu. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab the conflict scanner, even though it's really not needed. It's good to have at times. I'm gonna grab that. Yeah, I have a bunch of nanites now, so I can pretty much go through and buy everything. I am gonna grab the aquajets, even though I already have them installed. If I need to add them to another ship, it's good to have unlocked. I never use that thing, so I don't use any other tools, so I'm all good with that stuff. Alright, I will grab that medium refiner, my backpack. I don't do a lot of underwater stuff, but I should grab some of that. I will grab the trade rocket. The trade rocket can be really useful, it's just I never think to use it. Grab that too. I'm not going to install all this stuff like right away or anything, but it'd be nice to have some of it. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab all this stuff, I think. Sometimes if you're fast enough, it won't kick you out, but you can only get like 3 things at a time. I don't even know how this thing works, but I'll grab it. And grab that. Grab all of it after this. Yeah, doing that expedition gave me... Oh, I did the numbers. I ended up getting around 50,000 nanites. 54,000, I think it was. I ended up looking back at my streams. Actually, let me check... I think I put them in a Word document or whatever. Yeah. I gained 60,535 nanites. Almost 16 million units, and 1,028 quicksilver. out of that expedition. Yeah, I had to look back at the stream before I started the expedition. So that stuff did carry over, it just didn't display it when I finalized the expedition. I got one more thing here. And I never use these language things, so I'm not even really sure how they work. They don't seem to do anything when I use them, so... Supposedly they do give you like more words, it's just... I don't typically mess around with them. That's that. Should grab that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the game I just don't use. I like to use the pole spitter, but I end up going through way too much ammo. We'll grab Scatter Blaster though, just in case I want a couple different multi-tool setups. Alright, Blaze Javelin, I never use that. Cloaking Device, I don't even bother with that either. Grab that. I think that should do it for now. There's a bunch of stuff in here I want though. Just unlock everything that I'm missing. Because I hate looking, you know, having to go to vendors to find stuff sometimes. Alright, so I'm gonna start to get some of this stuff unlocked. I think I have enough to get everything, so yeah, I should have plenty. So get all of this done. Because with some of this stuff, you can actually set up little farms and just make, you know, dirty bronze. You'd have isolated, you know, farms just to make stuff. If you know, find a hot spot where you can find uranium and, you know, or, you know, phosphorus and cobalt or something like that. You can just set up their own little farm and make them. Or you can use it for the expensive stuff. So, alright, that's all my crafting out of the way. Check my exocraft dude. A lot of these blueprints you'll end up doing through the expanding your base quest line. It's just I like to get the stuff early. Unlock my other radar thing. Cause I don't really use the exocraft for much of anything, just the scanner more than anything. Grab that. Yeah, like I don't really use much of these. Booster. Okay, some of these are only useful for like the Minotaur and stuff. I'll just grab them. Because this one will have different things you can scan for. Yeah, like I was saying, a lot of this stuff you'll end up unlocking through the expanding your base quest line. I just like to get stuff ahead of time. If I have the extra nanites, I'd rather do that. Because what will happen is, instead of learning a blueprint as a reward, what it will give you is an upgrade module, you know, like one for your ship or your exocraft or whatever. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll either sell those or I'll install them and break them down. So that's kind of why I'm getting a lot of this stuff ahead of time. Because typically the upgrade modules they give you are only like C or B class, so they're kind of junk to begin with. So I'd rather just sell them or break them down. Alright, let's grab some of these. I wish it wouldn't kick me out of the menu. I wasn't gonna unlock all these, but I might as well. I have pretty much an endless supply of nanites now. If I need more, I know where to get them. Alright, I think that's everything. Alright. Now, construction terminal. Alright, I got 105 to use. So I will grab my large refiner, my antimatter refiner. Those can just be useful to use. I'll grab signal booster. I figured that would already be unlocked. Grab that. Grab that weapon rack. Theater and stuff I don't need right now. I need underwater stuff. I'm looking for this stuff. Alright. And so I did unlock a few things in here. Alright, should start working on stone now. Yeah, I still have to get a lot more of this salvage data. It really adds up quick though when you start unlocking this stuff. It's like 700 or so salvage data to get everything. It's even more now. It used to be around 700. Now it's probably close to 1,000 now to unlock everything. Alright, so we can get a few alloy parts. Now we can start have some variance of the buildings I build. Alright, an arch. Alright. Just got a bunch of that stuff. I'm gonna run down, make a quick save. And then I think I'm gonna go over to that planet, see if I can get some emerald. And also, a little trick showing you guys how to kind of look at other stations without having to warp out of here. Because I think the next time I warp, it'll either be the next time or the time right after I'll run into a freighter battle. What I'm looking to do is see if I can find a space station with infraknife modules. So if I go over here to the featured base. Okay, with these featured bases, these are community builders, you know, people in the community that build bases that they feature. You know, it's like 2 or 3 times a year these will rotate out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Nerosi's base first, because I know this system is a green system, can tell by the stellar class. If it begins with E, it means there's emerald there. It's a green planet. So I'm going to warp over to that. Now when I get here, I'm going to go find at least 250 emerald, and then I'm going to go to the space station and see what they have for modules. This is also in a different galaxy. I think it's I think it's Galaxy 19, I think. So I might put down just a base computer, just so that I can get back to this galaxy later on, if I want to. We'll see. I don't like to put down a base computer on the planet where the base is. I'll put it on one of the outlining bases or planets. And you do have to be a little careful when you come into here, especially if you have multiplayer on. Because sometimes people will come to these really nice community builds and they'll put down base computers around it and kind of ruin people's bases. So if that does happen, if you warp in here and you're like stuck in a building or something, if you go down to your little menu here, you can do the return to space anomaly, and that'll take you right back to the anomaly. That only works if you didn't take off in your ship, though. I'll just take a quick little look around the Rosie's base, though. It's a really, really gifted builder. Just really unique way of building. Most of the stuff she does is all hand placed. Like nothing snaps together. It's a building, you know, a combination of different building techniques. There's some glitch building here, but a lot of it's just free hand placement. Just a lot of attention to detail. You know, and that's just the outside. Work your way inside. Just crazy how detailed this base is. I've been here quite a few times. Like every time I start a new save, I come over here to get emerald for my hyperdrive. Yeah, like nothing in here actually snaps into place at all. Almost everything is free place. You know, little details. You know, all these steps. Well, all these short walls that have been made into steps. Yeah. This is one of those bases that didn't take, you know, 10 hours to put together. This took tens of hours to put together, if not 100. Just all the details. All those short walls. Yeah. Really, really nicely done. And you'll find that a lot of the community members that have been playing for quite a while that really like to build, they just like to use things in unique ways. You know, like who would think to make these little lights into books, or you know, a book here that's open, the same type of thing. You know, just different ways you can use building parts. You know, a lot of patience, a lot of talent. And again, like, this stuff isn't just snapped together, it's, you know, it's a decorative gift. If I were to build something like this, it would I'd be spending hundreds of hours on something like that. Alright. Now, I don't think my ship came in with me, so I'm probably going to have to call it in. I'm just going to kind of step away and go find a emerald thing. Emerald deposit. what I do is I like to try to get as far away from the base as I can, though. You know, get, you know, a good distance away. Because you can't build, or you can't dig up stuff right next to a person's base anyway. The game won't let you, so... fly over here a little bit. This is one of those strange mega flora planets, so typically aren't very many buildings or anything to land at. We do have a building here. When you do find a building, a lot of times it's a unabandoned factory or abandoned building itself. Yeah, I'm not going to fly all the way there. We'll touch down over here. Looking for a place that's kind of open. That way I don't destroy a bunch of trees when I land. Alright. And see if I can find some emerald. And you can also go and scan creatures and fauna, minerals, all that. Make some extra money. I think there are quite a few creatures on this planet. Oh, there are 9 of them. Use that to get more nanites and stuff. But what I'm after is emerald, so I can't get too distracted. Silver, ammonia, silver. A lot of ammonia. I think I might as well grab some of that ammonia because I will need it for some plants. It's not very much here, but if I being kind of small, dig this up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need this for like fungal mold or gamma weed, something like that. A lot of times I get the different supplies confused with each other. Never keep them straight. We'll need some of this later on, so grab it now so I don't have to run around and look for it later. But what I'm actually after is that emerald. Yeah, so what I'm hoping for is when I get to the space station, hopefully they have infinite modules. If they don't, what I'll do is I'll call in the anomaly and go to the next featured base. I went to this one first because I knew I wanted to get the emerald. The other ones I don't really care about. Unless they have the infinite upgrades. Go and get the rest of this real quick. Alright. So that's done. And that guy. Oh, we got curious deposits here too. We'll run over and see what that looks like. There's a few of them. Grab them up. Now, if I were to turn on multiplayer, there might be a few bases here besides hers, because people like to build bases for curious deposits. If I look in the system right now, yeah, there's only two bases here. Indoor. Actually, I should look to see if there's activated indium here anywhere. Okay, there's no activated emerald rather. Yeah, none of them here, so that's okay. I don't need it right away. I just want to continue to look for emerald, silver, damage machinery. Got another animal over here. Alright, where's my ship? I'm gonna head down. Oh, I got a beacon here. Might as well use that. That'll send me to a minor settlement. Oh, it looks like there's actually something over behind me too. I'm pretty sure it's one of those dig sites. Artifact site or whatever. I can't see a marker for it now. Do it over in this direction. Maybe not. Alright. I'm gonna head over towards that minor settlement. Oh, it's further away than I thought. There's probably nothing there anyway. It's just gonna be abandoned. Yeah. So, head over to that minor settlement. And give me a place to park. It might be abandoned also. A lot of times planets like this are abandoned, so. You'll know right away because there'll be eggs outside. There's no eggs here. It should be an actual minor settlement. Check the multi-tool real quick. Oh, it's an A-class. And those aren't too bad. Not a bad looking little multi-tool. Grab that. Alright, so I'm still looking for emerald. Alright, got some emerald over there. Some over there. I don't need a lot of it, but that one. 77. Go for the closest one. Still missing a couple creatures here too. Let me see what they are. Right, common flyer, uncommon underground, rare underground. Yeah, I'm not going to be sticking around to find those. I'll get my emerald. Again, I just want to go with the smallest beam I can make. Start digging right in. I'm pretty sure all I need is 250, so it won't take too long. Yeah, because you don't want to be doing this too close to somebody's base, because it will screw up the render, especially if you do a lot of digging. You always want to be kind of away from the base. You know, at least, you know, a couple hours away by foot, so... Check to see what I've got. Alright, I almost have enough. I will grab actually a little bit extra because I will need it to build the sack venom, I think takes emerald, so it'd be nice to be able to plant a few of those. Eventually I'm going to start, you know, putting together some plant bases, stuff like that. That way, just extra money that I can grab. Like if I go to pick up my gold or something, I can grab a couple stacks of, you know, like nip or something like that. Make it worth, you know, a little bit extra money when I go to sell the gold. Just sell a bunch of extra stuff too. So that way I'm not, you know, going to special space stations just to sell one item. I can sell, you know, multiple items at once. Grab some more dirt here too. I'm not sure how much silicon powder I actually have on hand. Now, back here, make it bigger. Plaster the rest of this. And charge it back up. Okay, so I must have more silicon powder than I thought. What I am going to do is go to flat mode though. Wait, go a bunch of extra. Yeah. That way I know I've got plenty of extra. Alright, so plenty of that. I can't reach my ship from here. Alright. Oh. There's my ship. There is another uncommon flyer here. I think it's only available during the day though. Back over here. Now I should be able to install that indium drive. Yep. I'll get that installed. And see if I can install this. I need 2 hermetic seals. We'll make 2 of those. Get that installed. Now I don't need to install it, but the oh, I've got it already. My cadmium drive, which I already had. Okay, so now my hyperdrive is over 2300. I can get it higher, but I don't really want to spend the next 20 minutes moving stuff around. Let's get this nitrate out of here. See, this is extra ammo, but I don't want to burn it off. I do want to get rid of this, though. Not that one. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a neighboring planet. Alright, so space station's way over there. What is this planet? Okay, metallurgic planet. I'm just gonna swing down there. Oh, Maximus found this. He's another really good builder. We'll swing down here. I'm just gonna throw down a base computer. I'm not gonna build anything. I'm just gonna put this here. And I'm pretty sure this is Galaxy 19. Pretty sure. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to put it down and be like a temporary base so that I can get back to this galaxy. Put that down. And I'll double check later on to make sure that this is Galaxy 19. So. Mainly because I'm not sure how to spell the name of this galaxy, because I don't have, typically you have little shortcut, you know, like a, it remembers what you put in for like names and stuff like that. The cache is clear because this is a new save, so I'm not sure how to spell the name of this. So I'm just gonna go galaxy. Actually, just go G19 temp. Just dawned on me, you guys can't see my keyboard when I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm just gonna go G19 temp and then leave. Yeah, typically you have like in your memory, it remembers things that you type out, but because this is a new, considered a new account, I'm not sure how to actually spell out the name of the galaxies. Typically, if I type in like the first 3 letters, the name of the galaxy will pop up on my normal save. Alright, so I'm gonna get in here. A couple things I want to do while I'm here though. First off, get a backpack slot. And if I wanted to check any modules anywhere, I would do that. Alright, so 120,000 for cargo, 125 for tech. I'm just going to go with cargo. I don't need modules from them. I want to see if he has infinite. No infinite. He does have A class, but I want to go S class on those. I'm not worried about the hyperdrive either, because I can find those. But what I want to check, this is Explorers Guild. Okay, so Explorers, there's really no good rewards, but actually I'm gonna just upgrade or donate these glowing minerals. That way I can start to make progress on that, and I'll grab my free batteries. Eventually, they're good for like the Warp Hypercore. Eventually, if you donate enough stuff to them, you can, like these exosuit charts, which I'm gonna end up using later on. But yeah, this is a good way, because every time you go to an Explorer's Guild, you can get the free batteries, or you can get the free Hypercore. So it's good to rank those guys up. Okay, so there's nothing else here. Typically I check a multi-tool, but because I already have one I like, I'm not gonna typically I don't check them. Unless I see that it's an alien multi-tool or an experimental. I've got an A-class here. That means there's an S-class somewhere in the system. Alright, so all I'm going to do is leave here and go back to the anomaly. Now, when I visit the anomaly this time, I want to make sure to get the free backpacks. Not free, but the backpack slot while I'm here. Because it goes up each time you pick up a backpack slot, the price gets more expensive. And also periodically check in with this thing, see if there's any missions that reward you with things you need. You know, like tame wild creatures, you can go down and get a hypercore. Or, you know, you can come up here and get your Quicksilver missions. You can stock, I believe it's 3 days worth of Quicksilver missions. If you look over here, I've got 3 of them that are right there, that are floating in the sky. That means there's 3 of them already in there waiting for me. Typically you get 1 a day. I haven't done it in a week, so I've got a bunch of missions that I can run anytime. I just wait till they're, you know, ones that are kind of quick and easy to do. Just knock out like 3 or 4 of them at once. I'm gonna get another cargo slot. Alright, so that one's done. Now I'm gonna go to another featured base. There's nothing I have to do over here, I don't think, so. It's just a good way to, you know, kind of, you know, get away from the story a little bit, you know, to go, you know, visit somebody's base. Alright, we got a